dad. How funny could this be? I'm not really that old. I just look older because I'm going bald. It's the funny thing about going bald. You don't think you're going bald when you see yourself from the front. It's not until you catch a glimpse of the back of your head in one of those, like, 7-Eleven thief mirrors. What is that, an egg in a nest? What is that thing? See, now, Joe Biden obviously never saw the back of his head, or he wouldn't even have bothered to run for president. See, bald guys don't get to be president. You don't get to be president for a lot of reasons, little reasons, like Dukakis. I don't like the sound of that. So the Democrats are in trouble. Of course, the Republicans had a tough year, too, didn't they, with the Iran-Contra hearings, you know? See, I didn't mind what they did so much. It was the excuses, right? Like when we first caught them with the arms sale, the president comes out and he says, well, you know, we only gave the Iranians weapons to help them stop fighting that war over there. Boy, there's a clever plan, huh? Give the Iranians weapons to help them stop fighting? Why don't we just give fat guys free cake for life, help them lose weight? So, of course, nobody bought that, so we had to come out with a new excuse a couple weeks later. He comes back out and says, well, you know, on the other hand, we didn't really give the Iranians anything they could fight with, just replacement parts for helicopters and stuff like that. Now, you know the Iranians, anything we give them, they're going to fight with it. You know, we could drop them off a boatload of used Pintos. They'd be backing them into Iraq the next day, like, you know, Allah, Allah, And, of course, the thing was, everything happened last year. It wasn't just the Iran thing. Same time that happened, had Hassan-Fuss trapped down there in Nicaragua. That was great, Hassan-Fuss. You know, you could tell from his name he was going to screw that whole thing up. Now, why don't you just get a guy named Doofus, carry bombs around Moscow? Now, how do you explain this guy? Here's a guy, this chucklehead, takes an entire plane load full of weapons, crashes right into another country, just right in there. So, of course, they arrest him, put him in jail. What does the president say? Hey, they framed him. How did they frame him? Was he camping there one night? Somebody snuck up, crashed a plane around him? He'd just hop up the next day? Where did this junk come from? Why, thank you. Now, see, now, his own excuse was unbelievable. See, the Nicaraguans put him on trial, you know, and he says, well, I'm sorry I invaded your country, but I was unemployed. Unemployed. The last time I went to unemployment, I got a check. You know, I didn't get a bag of grenades with a map on it. Yeah, see, the thing about it's just so discouraging. Now, doesn't it seem like no matter who you put in the White House, sooner or later, it's just one thing after another, disappointments. I mean, couldn't we just have a king, you know? You know, couldn't the Disney people make something? Hello. Right? Oh, it's so sad. Now, see, it's just so hard. And it's hard to be president. You have tough people to deal with. The Russians, they scare you guys at all? No, general apathy about the Russians, and yet this whole Contra thing is about Russians getting us, right? Did you ever wonder how this was going to work? Apparently, this little group of Nicaraguans, poorly armed with Russian pistols and a bag of dried nuts, gonna hike up through Guatemala and Mexico and attack us. Now, I can't wait till they get to Texas, find out what kind of weapons we can buy over the counter in this country. You know, they get to Texas, find out every guy down there has 15 M16s and a bazooka in the basement. 700 pounds of meat in the freezer, 10 cases of Coors in the living room. They're gonna attack his ranch house? Good luck getting in there. You know, then people say, hey, you know, hey, they might have given them tanks, you know. Hey, the Russians might give them tanks, you know. I don't care how good a Russian tank is, how big it is. They'll never catch 15 heavily armed rednecks in a Cadillac Eldorado. Yeah. Sure. So now we're working on a nuclear treaty with the Russians, an arms treaty. Yeah, I think you ask any American Indian, he'll tell you, treaty? Yeah, good idea. You got to have one of those. See, I guess people worry about nuclear war, you know, but I don't worry about nuclear war, really. As bleak as it gets, because I saw the day after. You know, all that happens is everybody goes bald. See? Yeah. See, the way I figure it, there's a blinding flash of light, I got a new friends.